We are back again with another live stream. And to be fair, guys, it's been a while, but I am back now. So uh, you know, life gets in the way of this YouTube stuff. But I'm back. I'm back. It's Saturday morning, the sun's out, and we've got some things to discuss. I mean, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about this morning, like literally last night, and I was thinking, I want to talk about transfers because a lot of people have been talking about like Cravadonna and stuff like that, Kvaratskhelia. I want to talk about my expectations for the season. Obviously, my expectations have changed now because we've obviously lost the Carabao Cup final. And I want to talk about injuries as well because, again, what would it be as an Arsenal fan if you can't talk about injuries, right? So let's just get into it. So obviously it's international break now. First of all, I'm probably going to start with injuries first, just because it's the thing that's the most pressing on my mind. So obviously, Saka wasn't in the England squad yesterday. We've got, I think, about 7 injuries since the Man City game, from ranging from Odegaard to Saka, Rice, blah 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 blah, Timber, Saliba pulled out, Gabriel pulled out. Now Madueke obviously was in that little leg cast thing, so he's going to be injured for God knows how long. And I'm thinking to myself, I do not want this manager to bottle the league and the top gooners to use the excuse of injuries, because here's the problem. We've been told by the media, we've been told by Arsenal fans, we've been told by rival fans, I've been told by everybody, yeah, that we have the biggest squad in the league. We have the best squad depth in the world, and we have the best overall squad in the world. I never agreed with this for 2 reasons. Well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, Arteta does not rotate the squad. You look at some of the minutes in the first team, in the main like starting 11. I think Zubamendi has like over 3,000 minutes. Rice has over 3,000 minutes. I think obviously David Raya has over 3,000 minutes. Gyökeres, I think, has close to 3,000 minutes because he had a couple of injuries. I think he got injured after Burnley, so maybe it's not as high as 3,000. But we have too many players that are on 3,000 minutes of playing time. And you look at how many fans have asked, why is Norgard not playing? Why is Lewis Skelly can't get a shout at midfield? Why is Wanyeri on loan? There's all these questions, and no answers. And the problem is why I hate these kind of like journalists and these kind of post-match reaction. I don't know what you call them, like journalists or these, the people that ask questions to Arteta after the game. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're just called journalists. But yeah, let's just call them journalists, whatever, right? They never ask Arteta uncomfortable questions, because I know that all that stuff is just kind of like PR fakeness anyway, because all the questions are like, he knows what kind of questions he's going to be asked before the press conference goes on anyway, so it's all fake anyway. But the second reason why I'm annoyed about the injuries is because I don't want to get to the end of the season, we've won nothing, and then the Arsenal fans that have been backing this manager for so long turn around and say, well, injuries, Saka's big went down, Saka's not performing, blah 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 blah. Madueke went down in international break, Saliba pulled out, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear that as an excuse, because you've had ample time to rotate the squad to keep everybody fresh. I think I said it on Views' channel the other day. Shout out Views, by the way. That a lot of these players are on Purple Arrow, Pro Evolution. A lot of these players are on Purple Arrow. Simple as that. And there's some of them are so close to getting that red cross, mate, coming off. You know what I'm saying? So whose fault is it really? Like, is it just the fact that the manager doesn't rotate? And also as well, I heard from a couple of players say that the training that they do is too intense. That they're going full power every training session. Like, why is that necessary? Like, we're at the business end of the season. You'd think that this manager is trying to regulate the fatigue in the players, but he doesn't. It just doesn't. I just don't understand why we're in this situation time and time again. And the problem is that even if we do win the league, yeah, or the FA Cup or whatever, because we're not winning the Champions League under this manager, by the way, just letting you know. All the accumulated fatigue from this season is going to spill over to next season, and then we're going to be in a situation like, well, even though we've won the league, why all of our players are like they just falling off a cliff? And he's the reason why. Really, it's just really frustrating for me because as a fan, I don't get paid 15.6 million a year. I don't speak multiple languages. To see that, these players are human beings. They're not robots. They need rest. Why do you train so intently? Why do you not rotate the squad? Why is Wanyeri on loan? Why is Lewis Skelly and Norgard not being utilized properly? And even Max Dowman as well. Like, you're telling me he couldn't have played a couple of these games. Like, you're telling me he couldn't have come on in the final. I don't know, man. I just think the manager has got it wrong again. But you know what? That kind of moves me on to my next point. I'm not going to stay on live long today. So my season expectations. So obviously my season expectations have changed because we lost the Carabao Cup final, and my expectations kind of was to win the league and win the Carabao Cup, or win a league and do like a domestic treble with the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. But obviously that's changed now because we can't win a domestic treble anymore. And some of these Arsenal fans have said something that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I know I'm going to call them out. I don't care. I heard Robbie the other day say, like, pretty sure it was Robbie. It might not be. Actually, no, it might not have been Robbie, so I'm not even going to say it. But I heard a couple of Arsenal fans say, well, the Carabao Cup's we can, now that we're out the Carabao Cup, we can focus on other things. Do you know how much of an insane lunatic statement that is? Because if we won the Carabao Cup final, that would have been the last game in the Carabao Cup regardless. That was the last game in the competition. So saying because we lost it, it's a blessing in disguise because we can focus on other competitions doesn't even make any sense, because that was the last game in the competition. It's not like there was two more. It's not like there was two more games. That doesn't make sense. It don't even make sense. But this is what these people say. Like, how can you say that? Oh, we can focus on other competitions now when that was the last game of the competition? It's not like there was we was in the quarterfinals or we was in the semi-finals and they're like, look, we got knocked out in the quarters and the semis. We can focus on the league. We can focus on the FA Cup. We can focus on the Champions League. It don't even make any sense, bro. But this is the crap that a logical, sensible Arsenal fan has to see day in, day out when you're online. But it is what it is. I think now my season expectations are just win the Premier League. Just win the Premier League. If he doesn't win the Premier League from here, I don't see how we can. I don't see any justification for why he should keep his job. We should be. For me, I was talking to some of the people. I was in the pub the other day. I was talking to my good friend Dion, and I said, "Look, Dion, would you keep Arteta if he wins nothing this season?" And he said, "Yes, he would." And the argument was that look at what he's done for the club. He's brought us to this level. He's got us challenging. Blah 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 blah. And my thing is this, I don't want to challenge. I want to win. Like, this whole thing of a big problem with, I think, a lot of Arsenal fans' mentality is they want to be taken seriously as one of the big clubs, but they have a baby club mentality in the sense that why are you satisfied with just challenging? Don't you just want to win? Like it's not like we're in the second year of Arteta's reign. This will be going into year 7, bro. This will be going into year 7. No trophies in year 7. 6 years of no trophies. That's a sixth of my lifespan with no trophies under this manager. Nah. It don't make sense for me. If he doesn't win the league at the end of the season, he has to go. And I want my replacements. My ideal replacement would be Luis Enrique and Flick. And he said, and I said to my friend here, I said, look, we should be going for Luis Enrique. And he said, well, Man United are interested in Enrique. And I was like, oh. Man United are rubbish. Like, yeah, they're the biggest club in England, but they're still rubbish. Like, there's no way he's picking Man United over us unless he's got a preference for Man United. And let's be honest, managers that go to Man United, it's almost like a curse. I say Man United is a managerial career killer, and for players, it's a talent graveyard. So saying that, because Man United are bigger than us, he's going to choose Man United over us. Remember, and I said to him, you probably don't know this, but Luis Enrique went to interview for Spurs, and Spurs said no. Can you believe that? Spurs said no. But the reason why Spurs probably said no is because Luis Enrique said, this is how much money I want. These are the players I want to bring in. This is my transfer budget every, transfer window. And Tottenham were probably like, no, we're doing this self-sustainable, crusty model thing. And he was just like, he probably was just like, nah, like that can't fly. And Tottenham were like, yeah, we're not paying the big bucks. So that's probably why it didn't work out. But let me read a couple of his comments anyway. Big up Chris. Robbie was definitely one of them. Yeah, I think it was Robbie actually, because it's just such a strange statement saying that Now that we're out of the competition, we can focus on other things. That was the last game of the competition. So whether we won or lost, we was going to concentrate on other things regardless. And winning would have given us a winning mentality and given us a boost in other competitions. So that statement doesn't even make any sense for me. It's not even for me. It doesn't make any sense, period. They don't. But big up to you, Chris, man. Big up Tilo, man. Morning, bro. Yeah, man. How you doing, man? Been just kind of away from the channel for a little bit. I need to get back in the algorithm because, you know, when you take breaks from YouTube, they push you to the bottom of the algorithm. So I need to build myself back up again by streaming every day. Oh, by the way, Tilo, actually, I just want to tell you something because I haven't spoken to you in a while. I'll probably tell you about it in the DMs anyway, but I'll just give you like a brief overview since you're in the chat. I've actually got like a big tournament on Sunday, poker tournament. It's 30K up top. So I did a day one. I think I was playing for about 12 hours. And then I've got quite a big chip stack. I think about 100,000 more than average, and then I've got the day two on Sunday. I think I've already cashed. I'm sure, but we'll see because there's more like day ones that I need to go until Sunday anyway, and then there'll be like another day one before the tournament on Sunday, which will be like a hyper turbo. But yeah, I can't wait. But I'll chat to you about it later anyway. Big up Chris. Arsenal fans said this in the past. Bigger fish to fry. Yeah, this is the thing. The mentality of bigger fish to fry swallowed our hands. I don't really understand why so many Arsenal fans look down on the League Cup or the Carabao Cup. For me, as a fan who hasn't seen the captain's armpits in 5 years, I don't look down on any trophy other than the Community Shield because that's just a glorified dinner play and a glorified friendly that some Arsenal fans have said is bigger than the Carabao Cup, by the way, which is just... Anyway, yeah. I just don't understand the entitlement in Arsenal fans where it's like, oh, I've had Arsenal fans in my chat say to me, I don't even want to win the Carabao Cup anyway. Why do you not want to win every competition? Why do you not want to win every trophy? Why do you not want a chance to win every trophy? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you throw away a cup because you want to focus on a league? Why would you not want to just win everything? But then at the same time, they're going to say on Twitter, they're going to say we're going to win a quadruple. But then I don't care if we win a Carabao Cup. It's like, which one is it? You know, pick your battle, man. Big up, Chris. We know what City do in April and May. I've seen that story. It don't matter. Prime City, they always win their remaining games. And this is the problem. Even though we had 9 points clear, it's not really 9 points clear, is it? It's more like we're actually 3 points clear because they're going to win their game in hand. That takes us down to 6. And they're probably more than likely, because we've lost that final in the way that we did, in the manner that we did, we're probably going to lose to them at the Etihad. So it don't even matter anyway. So for me, we need to win all of our remaining games, bar City. We need to beat Bournemouth, beat Fulham, beat West Ham, beat Palace, beat Newcastle. That's the hard one as well. Newcastle and Burnley. And I think if we do that, then we win the league. So it's still on our hands. But this bigger fish to fry mentality, I just think it's so silly. Big up, Jusa. Don't know how to say your name. Big up. Trophy or not, Arteta should not be here next season. That's what I'm on. Yeah, bro, I'm the same. I said it before. Even if he wins the Premier League, even if he wins the Champions League, I wouldn't keep him because his mentality shows me that he's not cut out to be a big manager. He's not cut out to be a super elite. You know, because in the big games, every single big game we've had since he's been here, like I'm not talking about, oh, we're playing, you know, Liverpool or we're playing Bayern Munich in the Champions League group phase. I'm not talking that's for me, those aren't big games. I'm talking about games that decide whether we get Champions League football or decide whether we win a title or decide whether we get the Europa League or whatever. Decide whether we get a trophy or we get Champions League qualification. He always bottles it. Like, you know, last season we played PSG in the second leg of the semi-final. What was the tactics? Thomas Partey long throws into the box. Are we stoked, bro? Are we stoked? Come on, man. We have no real attacking identity under this manager. And for me, it would be thank you very much for winning the league. Thank you very much for winning the Champions League. Thank you very much for winning the FA Cup. But it's time to go. Big up Claude, mate. Big up Chris. If you avoid defeat at City, you should win the league from there. If you lose to City, then the pressure will get to you. Yeah, fam. This is the problem. And what Arteta will do is he'll play for a draw. He's not brave enough to play for a win. And the thing is, if we actually played the 22-23 style at City and went for the win and won, that would completely spin Pep's head. And it would just allow us to win the league a lot easier. But Arteta always wants to do things the hard way. It's just really, really annoying, man. It's really, really annoying. It's so frustrating knowing that, you know, if you just do a couple of little tweaks, you could just make the situation a lot easier. And I said on my last stream that that final performance was a precursor of what's to come, especially when we go to the Etihad. That I don't even know what, I can't even call that a performance, man. I can't even call that a performance. And the fact that so many of our players are injured, Eze, Odegaard, Saka, Madueke, and if we do bottle the league from here, all the top gooners are just going to use injuries as an excuse. But for me, injuries is not an excuse because you've run these players into the ground. You snapped Saka's hamstring off. You snapped Havertz's knees. It's all on him for me. It's all on him. You keep playing players that are on purple arrow, then this is what's going to happen. Big up Chris again. They said, well, Liverpool lost cup final last year and still won the league. They were 12 points clear, lads. Arsenal 9 clear, but City have a game in hand. There's a difference. Yeah, those extra 3 points plus City not having a game in hand. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. That's like 2 games, 2.5 games, man. That's 2.5 games that you had on us. It's not even a comparison. And that's the thing. Like, these Arsenal fans like to do all these stupid comparisons to say that history is going to repeat itself. They love to do it. Like, I saw some things saying that, this team is going to have more wins than the 71 double winning team, the 70-71 double winning team. It's just disrespectful. It's just disrespectful. That team won the double. This team ain't won nothing yet, especially under this crusty manager, man. Sure. Big up K. Roger to Madrid. Here we go. Is that true? Really? Hold on. Let me see if this is true because you might be trolling. Rodri to Madrid. It's not a here we go though, is it? It's not got the Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. He's not got the here we go. Let me see. Oh, the fact that I played for Atletico doesn't stop me from playing for Real Madrid. Whoa, that's a big statement. Maybe it is going to be a here we go. Wow, he's twerking for Real Madrid. That's really, really interesting. Well, the Atletico fans are going to hate him now. And well, if he's already thinking about Real Madrid, hopefully that it helps us win the league then. Big up twofold. Even Graham Potter at Sweden can get a performance out of Gyökeres scoring a hat-trick, but Tapas Pulis can't. You know what? Just because you said Tapas Pulis, yeah? Just because you said Tapas Pulis. Just because you said Tapas Pulis, mate. There you go. You're absolutely right. Why can the Sweden manager get a performance and get a string out of Gyökeres, but our manager can't? But yeah, I'm supposed to believe that our manager is generational and he's an elite manager and he's the best for the job. And even if he wins another trophy, he should stay. This is what I'm saying. Arsenal fans, do you want to win or do you want to have a loser mentality? Do you want to be babies or do you want to be big boys? Like, do you want to be in the car seat or do you want to be up front? I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand. Like, the hypocrisy from Arsenal fans is crazy. It's like when I said to, and I feel like the big problem is that there's a lot of younger Arsenal fans that because they haven't seen success, they'll accept anything. But for me, because I've seen success, I'm not going to accept, finishing second and, Champions League football and he's building. Bro, it doesn't take this long. There's a myth here that says it takes time to win. It doesn't take time to win. An elite manager, a generational manager would have in these last 6 to 7 years, would have won at least 4 trophies. Whether it's the league, Champions League, domestic cups, Europa League, whatever, he would have won at least 4 trophies, in my opinion. But trying to convince me that this guy's elite is just get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Big up twofold. Darkside, don't be surprised even if we bottle this league. At least it's a win for us because this manager can finally go. Yeah, and it's the thing. If we win the league and this guy stays, I'm happy because we won the league. But if we don't win the league, there's nowhere for this guy to run now. There's nowhere for this guy to hide. He spent 1 billion Great British White win, 5 years, 0 trophies, best squad depth in the world. The last season it was because the squad was short, the squad was injured. There's no excuses. You've run these players into the ground now. You've not used the bench properly. You've not used Dalman. You've sent Wanyeri, Bakay Lightskin, but not Saka. Black Wilshere on loan to Marseille. It's all on you now. It's all on you. You've got nowhere to run. You've got nowhere to hide. And obviously, I want to win the Premier League, but my only solace is if we don't, this guy has to go, and we could go, and we need to go get. And then I don't want the club to go. Okay, it didn't work with Arteta. Let's go get Cesc Fabregas. Even though Cesc Fabregas is doing great things with Como, no, go get a winning manager for the next 5 years. Then go get Fabregas. Because my dream scenario is Fabregas gets to walk into Premier League's won, a Champions League won, domestic trebles, domestic doubles, a treble, whatever. Like, success has been, it's fresh. So now the younger fans are, Now the younger fans are a bit more. I want the younger fans to be entitled. The younger fans need to be more entitled. The younger fans are too desperate, man, and it's not their fault. It's because they haven't seen enough. As a like, I'm gonna say older fan, but whatever, yeah, older fan. I've seen enough to know that this isn't good enough. We're the third biggest club in England, and we need to start acting like it, man. Otherwise, Chelsea and Man City will make us the fifth biggest club in England, then the sixth biggest, then the seventh, and then all of a sudden, we're not a big club anymore because of the baby mentality from a lot of these fans. Big up, Juicer. The fact that we've never seen Skelly in midfield and that's his natural position is a joke. Arteta could not find a way in the last 2 seasons to put him in the middle for some minutes. Yeah, I think about how much Zubimendi's played, bro. Think about how many minutes Zubimendi's played, and this guy wouldn't take him off. Think about it. Even in the final, he put Jesus in midfield instead of Lewis Skelly. When Jesus is in the midfield, it's just lunacy. And then the top gunners will say, "Oh, he's a tactical bro." Why are we seeing the same things over and over again? Why do we're crying out for Lewis Skelly to play in midfield? And what will probably happen is, I hate to say this, but Lewis Skelly will probably be sold in the summer to make room for some of these other the incomers that Berta wants. Whether it's Alvarez, whether it's Kvaratskhelia, whether it's Njai, Gordon, Tonali, whatever. And it's sad because for me, Lewis Skelly offers something that I don't see a lot of players have in the Premier League. That just ability to just run through midfield, shrug off 1 or 2 guys, and just like lay it off. He's got such a unique ball carrying, and I love it, man. I love it. And he's 19, man. He's a joke. He's not even close to his prime. Think about it. In 2030, he'll be 24 in 2030, bro. He won't even be in his prime. But this is what happens when you employ a guy to be the head of your company, and he's not even done his apprenticeship yet. Big up, Harry. The big games we've seen to collapse, and our football that we usually play disappears. This is the problem. In big games, you don't see good football. You don't see any kind of attacking plan. It's almost just hit and hope for a corner, hope for some, hope for a bit of luck, or hope that one of the players go to F the tactics and just do some individual brilliance. But we don't even know if that's going to happen, and that's why I'm so annoyed that Eze was injured for that final. I even said that to a couple of Arsenal fans. They was asking me what my opinion is and what my predictions were for the final. I said, look, Eze's injured. I think we're cooked, bro. I think we're cooked. I'm going to say 2-1 just because I'm an Arsenal fan and I don't want to predict a loss, but it's not looking good, bro. That's what I said to them. Big up to you, Harry, anyway. Big up twofold. My friends who are United fans were so shocked by the performance of Arsenal in the final because they couldn't believe Arteta told them to play for a draw and defend. This is what I'm saying. Why are you playing for a draw in a final? Are you that scared of Pep? Are you that scared of your bald father that you can't even just attack him? You should be slapping his bald head, mate. Should be slapping his bald head. We should have won that game. We should have won that game easily. They didn't have the Mark Gay, he couldn't play. Diaz was injured. They were playing a makeshift back four. Like, for crying out loud, man. And why does everybody and their nan knew that Hincapié had to come off at half time? It's just so frustrating knowing that I can see these things. Everyone can see these things, but Arteta can't because he's so stubborn and so arrogant. He's so arrogant. He is so arrogant, man. It's annoying. It's annoying. And look, that was what I've seen Arsenal win quite a few finals over my lifetime, and that was the worst final performance I've ever seen. Timid, boring, negative, no progressive football, just nothing. It was just a nothing performance. It was a nothing performance. Big up, Chris. Even though you hammer West Ham at their place in the past, it'll be a tough game fighting for their lives. Nuno knows how to tactically set up. And this is another thing. Arteta always gets tactically outdone all the time. Like, my biggest issue with Arteta is 2 things, yeah. Tactically, he gets outdone a lot. And the second thing I don't like about Arteta is that, let's say, for example, I'll just use the final because it's the easiest example, yeah. Everyone could see that Hincapié needs to come off. We need to bring Martinelli on because Trossard was having a stinker and we needed an outlet of pace, yeah. But he only made changes when we went 1-0 down. Why is this manager so reactive? Why is he not proactive? Like, do these people on the bench talk to him? Like, are they that scared of him? I just think he has too many yes men around him. He's too arrogant. And the thing about Arteta is winning in a way that satisfies his ego is more important than actually winning. Let me say that one more time, and let me look in the camera and say this. Winning is more, in a way that he wants, is more important than actually winning to this manager. And that's the problem. That's my biggest issue with this manager. and that he's a tactically inept donkey that with a strong hairline. That's it, bro. That's it. Big up twofold. Arteta can't coach youth players, even though they've been saving his ass for 6 years, but he bins them all. Yeah, bro. This is the problem. And now let me ask you this twofold. Yeah, what attacking player since Arteta has been at the club has he improved? What attacking player has become world class or he's taken to a new level? Because I hear all these things about, he made Sane a great winger, he made Sterling a great winger. Our wingers stink. Martinelli stinks, bro. He stinks. He stinks. Saka, run him into the ground, and now Saka stinks. Madueke, I mean, I don't even know why we bought him in the first place when there were much better options. We could have got Johan Bakayoko and Lookman for the same price as Madueke. Deep that. We could have got Johan Bakayoko, a right backup right winger, and we could have got a good, in my opinion, a good starting left winger in Adamola Lookman for the same price we bought Madueke. Who is making these decisions, bro? But yeah, answer me this twofold. Who in the attacking line has he improved since he's been here? Because in my opinion, everybody gets worse under this manager in an attacking sense. I will concede to the point that defensively, we are on point. But in an offensive manner, we stink, bro. We stink. We have no attacking identity. Big up, Chris. Injuries no longer our excuse. Top Goon has said you had the squad depth. Exactly. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide now. There's literally nowhere to hide. We've got the best squad in the world. Bigger fish to fry. We got the squad depth. Norgard was a sensible signing. Good bit of business. I'm not trying to hear nothing this season, bro. We don't win nothing. I want this fraud sacked. We need the cutting edge in the attack. The left-hand side is dusty and Saka's not the same. Bro, thank you, Harry. I've been saying this for so long. That left-hand side is so freaking dusty. It's so freaking dusty. Like, Martinelli, dusty. Trossard, dusty. Madueke, when he plays on the left, dusty. Like, I don't know why. I think at this point, I would have played Ethan Wanyeri on the left the whole season because, honestly, he would probably be better than any of those P3 options I've mentioned. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say, but Martinelli's done well in the Champions League. Look at every single one of his goals other than the Sparta Prague one. They were all transition goals where he's got space in behind. This guy is a bird brain. He cannot operate without space in behind. He's an absolute low IQ bird brain, bro. Head down, like Richarlison, like a pigeon, bro. Like, come on, man. Big up to you, Harry, man. Big up Harry again. We need a cutting. Oh wait, did I read this one again? Oh wait, this is a different comment. We need a cutting edge in attack. The left-hand side is dusty and Saka's not the same. Yeah, absolute facts, bro. Absolute facts. Big up, K. Just big rumors. Not yet. Okay, well, he's twerking for Real Madrid already, so he probably will go at the end of the season. I mean, I hate Rodri anyway. I hate him anyway. So yeah. Big up Roy. Arteta out. Yeah, I know you're joking, but it's time to go, mate. It's time to go. Big up Saka like a boom boom. Not saying we will, but if Arteta wins the treble, he'll be the GOAT then. We're not winning the treble, bro. We're not winning the treble. Let me ask you something, Saka. I know you're being positive, and that's fine. I don't mind top gooners being on my channel or like positive gooners or whatever. I just ask them the same things. You're saying if Arteta wins the treble, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you absolutely would bet your nuts on it, and 0 being I wouldn't even bet my fingernail on it. Like, I wouldn't even bet my toenail clippings on it. On a scale of 1 to 10, what are the chances do you think Arteta is going to win the treble this season? Because for me, I wouldn't even bet dog shit, mate. Big up Roy. What team in the Premier League is the Ukrainian national team better than? Wait, what team in the Premier League is the Ukrainian national team better than Darkside? Just asking. That's such a random question, bro. What team in the Premier League is the Ukrainian national team better than? What? I'm just trying to think of the worst team that is probably better. I'll probably say Brentford. Brentford's probably the worst team I could think of that's better than the Ukrainian national team. There you go. Big up Josar. Elite manager only, needs 2 seasons to win trophies and doesn't need an overhaul of the whole squad. Facts. You got to remember as well, people forget this. Eric Ten Hag won 2 trophies. And Eric Ten Hag is one of the worst Man United managers I've seen since I've been alive. And he still won more trophies than Arteta. And he got sacked. So, but yeah, I'm supposed to believe that for some reason that Arteta is... It's just like whenever you have these debates or discussions and you actually break it down, Arteta is a fraud, bro. Arteta is a fraud. He's fraudulent, bro. He's 419. He is 419. Come on, man. It's just ads. Okay, yeah, ads. I could just call you ads. Yeah, that's. I don't know why I didn't see that, bro. Like, sorry. Sometimes I just. Sorry, bro. But yeah, big up to you, ads, man. Big up to you. Big up Till, like the stream. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button, people. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Helps the video go to other people, pushes me in the algorithm. I've taken a little while of break off YouTube, so I need to get my numbers back up. I need to crank the numbers up. But big up to you, Till, man. Big up Boring. What's going on in Darkside and chat? Came in to do a bit of a saw you streaming, so came here and set us. Came in to do a bit and saw you streaming, so came here and said, "Oh, big up to you, Boring, man." Yeah, just chatting about injuries, chatting about season expectations, and just obviously just reading the comments in the chat. I was just basically saying, like, look, I don't think injuries are an excuse for us not to win the Premier League this season. Being, in my opinion, I know it's 9 points, but let's be honest, it's 6 points. Being 6 points clear with 7 games to go, there's no excuses. Go and win this league, man. Go and win this league and walk away. Walk away at the end of the season. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. You know you're not good enough. That's why in 22-23, when you bought the league, you said I was thinking about walking away because I don't think I'm good enough. You're not good enough. You should listen to that voice and said, I'm not good enough, because you're not good enough. You never will be good enough. You never were good enough. And you can never become good enough. You are not good enough. Shout out to Darkside. Shout out to the chat. Big up to you, Joe, man. How you feeling about the final? How you feeling about life? How you feeling about Arteta? How you feeling about our title chances? Because to be honest, I'm not feeling optimistic at all, bro. Big up Boring. Roy, Arteta out. This guy, bro, he says it every single time. He says it every single time. I don't even know why he says it every single time, but he just does. He says it every single time, and I think I've seen him say in other people's chats as well. Like, he says it every single time, but it is what it is. Big up ads. I don't understand why he don't try Dowman on the left or just put Saka there sometimes. I don't like Saka in the 10. Yeah, I don't like Saka in the 10 either. Saka stinks in the 10. Like, he actually stinks. And the problem is that we've got a player that's on 300,000 Great British White Women a week that stinks on the right-hand side, that stinks in the 10, and stinks on the left as well. Like, we have got a big... You know what? Let me talk about this quickly, actually, while you've brought up the subject. What is everybody in the chat's opinion about Saka's decline in the performances, his decline in pace, his decline in that Saka-ness, that inevitability, that, like, you know, you cut inside, Saka bottom corner? What's everybody's opinion on Saka? Because for me personally, I think he's finished, mate. I think he's finished. I think he's absolutely finito. Finito ahora. Finito in order. People were saying he used to be the best in the world, el mejor en el mundo. Not for me. Not for me. He's declined so hard. And it is sad because I love Saka. I love Saka, bro. But to see him decline that hard and, you know, Arteta still do these tactics that don't help him. Stop making Saka track back. That's why you snapped his hamstrings off in the first place. Let him stay high and more central so that he can be in the interior a little bit, but not while not being in the number 10. Because the days of him being a touchline winger, those are over. He was never, in my opinion, he was never physically suited to be a touchline winger anyway. But those days of him being a touchline winger are absolutely, and also being a defensive touchline winger and being an offensive touchline winger, those days are done, mate. Those days are done. But yeah, he needs to try something, because this Saka thing is a big problem. It's a big, expensive problem. You know, 1.2 million a month in wages for a player that, in my opinion, wouldn't look out of place at Fulham. Yeah, I said it. 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 It's a shame, but hopefully we can only hope and pray that he improves. But right now, would he look out of place at Fulham, Brentford, Spurs? Probably not. Big up Chris. Arteta Gate reacts to late. Like, bro, he literally is Spanish Southgate. He's Spanish Southgate. Like, people say that Southgate's been the most successful England manager. He didn't win anything. Yes, he got to 2 finals, but so what? He didn't win anything. He didn't succeed at anything. And it's the same with Arteta. Oh, but he's finishing second, we're challenging. He didn't win anything. That's not success, bro. Finishing 5th and finishing 2nd, in my opinion, are the exact same, because you get nothing other than Champions League football. You don't get to see your captain's armpits. You get nothing. You just get extra money on the books. That's all you get. And you don't even get bragging rights, because I don't brag about finishing 2nd. You're the first loser. You're the choker. You're a joker. Nah, man. Big up to you, Chris. Big up Joe. England fans cheering an Arsenal player for scoring from for a corner after all the crying they have done because Arsenal have been utilised according to the maximum all season. Yeah, you know, and the thing is they were booing Ben. I didn't watch the game because I hate international football, to be honest, but especially friendlies, I just find it such a waste of time. They were booing Ben White, weren't they? Like I saw some articles saying they were booing Ben White until he scored. And I just think to myself, football fans are honestly some of the most annoying group of people, man. Like, why are you flipping booing Ben White just for him to score? And now you're cheering for him. Like, it's so embarrassing, man. Obviously, it wasn't all the fans, but you know the ones that were booing him definitely cheered when he scored. So embarrassing, man. 12 in damn plays and only 7 likes. Absolutely disgrace. Yeah, get them likes up, people, man. Get them likes up, man. Get them likes up. I need this to go to other people as well because I need to get back in the algorithm, man. There should be about 30 people in here, but there's only flipping 9 of you in here, man. Big up, Roy. Is set to start. Tomiyasu set to start for Japan against England on Tuesday night. Great to see him back. He's now Ajax. Yeah. It's funny enough, actually. It's actually quite funny because when you think about Ajax's potential starting right back and starting left back, they're like the 22-23 Arsenal players. Like they got Zinchenko and they've got Tomiyasu. Don't you think that's a bit mad? Like it's crazy. But yeah, man, I'm happy for him. Like I love Tomiyasu. I've always had respect. I've always had a lot of respect for him. You know, Japanese players are very, you know, just Japanese people are just generally good people anyway. Like I hope he does well for Japan, but unfortunately it didn't work out at Arsenal. I think he was such a unique profile as well. 6'2", quite tall, fast, very bow-footed. It's a shame it didn't work out, man. It's a real shame it didn't work out. Big up Joe from Cousin Madueke signing to bemoan his injury. What has Arteta done to us? Yeah, this is the thing. Like I'm literally human that Madueke is injured. This is the quality of standard of attacker that Arsenal Football Club has declined to. Madueke, bro. I'm not saying he's a terrible player, but come on, let's be honest, bro. He's no Samir Nasri. He's no Theo Walcott. He's no Arshavin. He's no Adebayor. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the level of quality is just yuck. Big up ads. The way Arteta values that donkey Kai should tell everyone that this manager is not the one. Facts. Like 65 million for this guy, yeah. Honestly, like the thing about Kai Havertz, yeah, is that he should never. Here's the thing about Kai Havertz. If Kai Havertz went to Spurs for 65 million and we got Osimhen and won a league that season, we would be laughing at Tottenham now. But because he plays for Arsenal, people like to hate for players just because they play for Arsenal. Just back the team. No, don't just back the team. Back things that make sense. Don't back nonsense just because you support Arsenal. Listen, I support Arsenal. I don't support Saka. I support Arsenal. I don't support Arteta. I support Arsenal because let me tell you something. When these players are here, yeah, I'll support them, but there'll be a time when they won't be here. So if they're not performing up to a level that deserves my support, they don't get my support. Why should I support a player that's rubbish? Why should I support a player that's not good enough? Oh, well, his confidence is down. Well, then he's not good enough. He ain't got the mentality for it. He ain't got the balls to play at a top club, mate. Nah, man. I mean, Arsenal fans are too soft and sentimental. It's all soft, man. It's just so soggy, man. It's soggy. Big up, Joe. More likely that City will win a domestic trouble than us winning the Premier League, in my opinion. Yeah, completely agree. I mean, I said if we don't win that Carabao Cup, we're probably not going to win the league. And we're not winning the Champions League. And I don't care if we win the FA Cup because we've won the FA Cup so many times. I'm bored. That's the only cup I've seen in like 2 decades, bro. That's embarrassing. I've not even seen a League Cup, not even seen a Europa League, nothing. Not seen a Conference Cup. I think we should probably fall down into the conference and go win that. At least then we can win a European Cup, for crying out loud, man, at this point. I'm getting desperate now, man. Big up to you, Joe. Big up, Boring. If Arteta wins the league, he gets next season. But if you don't offer him a new contract, unless the Football Master League picks up 26-27, for me, I wouldn't even keep him. I don't even see the point because what do you really think that things will improve even if he wins the league, that he will switch to like the 22-23 style, the football will get better? It will get worse because then he'll say, well, I'm justified in playing this around ball because it won us the Premier League. And then he's such egotistical megalomaniac, he will immortalize himself. And the football will get even worse. And not just that, he's ruining players, not just through injury, but why these players don't feel comfortable to attack. Why do these players not feel comfortable to have individual brilliance? For me, keeping Arteta is like, it's like drinking bleach. like drinking bleach, mixing bleach with like alcohol. Like the alcohol tastes nice, but the bleach is killing you as well. It's like I just don't get it. Like for me, I'll just get rid of him. He's just not good. He's just not for me. He's just not it for me. He's not it. He never was it, and he never was going to be it. Big up ads. Arteta was lucky it was COVID and no fans was in that stadium, so he got lucky. Bro, I've been saying this. If it wasn't if it wasn't COVID that season, he wouldn't have won the FA Cup, and he would have got sacked. Because having no fans in the stadium allows him to not feel the pressure. Yeah. I'm so glad someone else noticed that because man, him winning the FA Cup was one of the worst things to happen to this club in like the last 2 decades because he is rubbish, bro. He's so overrated. Big up K, Saka's ish. He was never that good, like Yuma or Mbappe. Yeah, I've said it a million times. Saka's never been world class at any point of his career. He's been a very consistent elite player, but he's never been world class. Never has been world class, and I don't think he ever will be world class either, to be honest. Big ups, Joe. Saka's the highest paid player in the squad. Saka's the highest paid squad player in the world. Oh, mate. The highest paid squad player in the world. 300,000 a week for a squad player. It's sad, bro. It's actually sad. Big up ads. If we're serious, we should be selling Saka within 2 seasons. Yeah, I would. I wouldn't even renew this contract. Why are we putting a player that's not performing and is broken on making him the highest paid player at the club? Why? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. I'd get rid, mate. I would have got rid. You know that question that they asked like Arsenal fans a couple years ago, like, oh, would you sell Saka to win the league? Yes, man. Because this is not Saka FC. This is not Starboy FC. This is Arsenal Football Club, man. There's too many sentimental fans, bro. Think about. Let me give you some of you younger fans a little bit of a history lesson. Yeah. Jack Wilshere, Emmanuel Frimpong, Craig Eastman, J. Emmanuel Thomas, Chuba Akpom, Rio Miyachi, Fran Marina, Justin Hoy, Traore, Lee Key, Gideon Zalalem, Carlos Vela, who else? Thomas Eisfeld. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his last name. Miguel. Can't remember his first name though. Who else? Can I say Craig Eastman? Henry Lansbury. Do you remember any of these players? Some of you will, most of you won't. Do you know why? I used to love these players, but guess what? They weren't good enough and they didn't make it. There you go. Simple as that, mate. We saw Saka at his best when he was linking up with Odegaard and White. True, but I don't think I do agree that he would definitely have better performances with Odegaard and White. But for me, it's not just about that. He's just finished, bro. He's just finished. His body's finished, man. He can't like when he runs full speed, it looks like he's running in quicksand, man. Both Salah and Saka are finished, but Salah obviously achieved more. That's why I'm happy Salah leaving. I'm not just happy we're getting I'm not happy we're getting a feeder. Yeah, exactly. Like they both finished. And the thing is as well, like a lot of people comparing Saka to Salah. It's just a joke. Salah is so clear of Saka. Like Saka's not even half the player that Salah was at his peak. Come on, man. It's just a joke. But bro, at least Salah's lifted 2 titles for you. Saka ain't done nothing, bro, for me. This whole thing of he's carried the club on his back. Carried the club to what exactly? Champions League football. Whoop-de freaking do, mate. I've seen Wenger get Champions League football season in, season out with Shamak, Jenkinson, Debussy, Emmanuel Frimpong, Coquelin, players that I wouldn't, honestly, the thought of them being in the squad now would make me cry. Big up Chris. International friendlies are pointless. I'd rather the Nations League game. Yeah, what's the point of international friendlies? Like they're just such a waste of time. It's such a waste of time. Big up ads. A serious manager would have never bought Madueke. They would have developed Wanyeri, Dalman, and given them more minutes. Exactly. And they would have got Lookman. God, it's some of the obvious things that this manager can do that he doesn't do. It just gets on my nerves, man. Gets on my nerves, man. Big up, Roy. I think we would all be happier and lead a more productive lives if we just fold Arteta Football Club, Arsenal Football Club. We get to spend more time with family, friends, our wives, and our girlfriend for the club. I don't understand why you said this. I don't want the club folded. I don't want to spend more time with. I don't even have a girlfriend anyway. Like I'm single. But even if I did have a girlfriend, it's like I just don't understand that. Like, even when I did have a girlfriend, I was still watching Arsenal all the time. So I don't understand what your point is. Like, I get you're trying to be funny, but you say some strange things sometimes, right? You say some really strange things sometimes. Big up, Joe. I heard when our players do skills and train Arteta sets, win the dog on him. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Like, he's so anti-football. It's a disgrace, bro. He's so anti-football. It's annoying. It's so annoying, man. It's so annoying. Big up, Joe, again. Saka's so predictable. He does nothing new. Bro, Saka is like watching Formula One. You know exactly what route's going to happen. You know exactly what's going to happen, bro. They're going to go round the track, round and round again. Very predictable. Not saying that Formula One's boring, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm trying to say. But, yeah, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like, he ain't going nowhere, and we're going to have to deal with it. I'm just hoping we can win the league, man. I'm just hoping we can win the league, because that will paper over a lot of the cracks. That's all I'm saying. Big up, Roy. Saka is a global face of Arsenal abroad, especially in Africa and Asia. Those upcoming footballers will see Arsenal as a club they would want to join because of association with the club. I hear your point, but Wanyeri could be that. Lewis Skelly could be that. Max Dowman could be that. Do you know what I'm saying? Saliba could be that. It's like, there are other players that are marketable in our squad, bro. There are other players that are marketable in our squad. Saka's like, the club will still be here when Saka retires. Do you know what I'm saying? Saka is not the be all and end all, especially if he's not performing. True, Wenger before miracles getting Arsenal to the Champions League year after year, he was always going to be a tough act to follow. Thank you, Arsenal. Yeah, man, you got to put respect on Wenger's name, even though he didn't win enough, but he was doing miracles and paying off the stadium, and he was on a shoestring budget. Arteta's had 1.3 billion quid, and he ain't done nothing. But I just don't get it. But you know what? I'm going to wrap things up. I'm going to wrap things up there, people. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm getting out of it. I've got a very busy weekend, so I might stream again later in the evening. Actually, I might stream again later today, actually, depending on some things. But I'm going to start try to be a bit more consistent again, because I've just been busy with like personal stuff. But like, subscribe, share. Hasta la próxima. Until next.